Hi, welcome back to the Crypto Dave YouTube channel. So it's the 1st of September today, and as always, I'm doing my monthly roundup videos. So I've done my burst coin mining video earlier, and now I'm going to be doing my crypto portfolio videos. So this is where I go over my investment and mining portfolios and talk about how they've performed over the previous month, any changes I've made, any new investments I've made, any changes I've made to my mining setup and stuff like that. So starting off very briefly with my investment portfolio, as you can see here. Now all the links to the portfolios I will be putting in the description below, so you can you can click on them and you can view them and bookmark them and have a look at how they're performing. It's all public and it's all available online, so you can see exactly how they're performing month to month or day to day. So I suppose the first thing to say is that it's been a really good month. I haven't, if you have a look here, if I scroll down to the bottom of my investments, you'll see that I haven't actually invested anything since the 13th of July. So I haven't put anything in this month. It's been a busy month. I've had various bits and bobs going on in my life, and I've been away the last week. So it's been a busy month. I haven't invested anything, but everything's kind of grown quite well within this portfolio. I grabbed actually the figures. I'll just click on this text file here. You'll see here that I actually grabbed the figures earlier today. So this was basically when I woke up on the 1st of September. And these figures are slightly more accurate than the ones here. It's now about 6-7 hours later, and it's been a good day and things have continued to kind of go up. So there isn't a strict correlation between the figures you actually see here in the screen grab, because this is actually sort of half a day later than when I grabbed the figures earlier, which will be going into the description, but I think this is actually more accurate. But if we look at it, you can see everything basically in the portfolio is up. It's been a really good time over this month. Everything pretty much has been growing. The only thing that is holding my portfolio back a small amount is this Stratis. Now I bought this back in June, and this in some ways might be a bit silly. I was kind of like drawn to it via a couple of videos I kind of looked at online, some people I thought were reasonably sort of good and kind of into crypto. And I'm not saying for any moment that Stratis is not long term going to be a good coin, but it's the one thing that's been holding my portfolio back. I think it was half a Bitcoin, which was about just over $1,100 when I put it in, and even now it's still down £300. Sorry, £1,100, not $1,100. It's still down £300. It's down 26% since when I bought it. It's made good gains this month. It was actually this morning, I think it was down about 30%, so I think that's more accurate. But last month it was down about 50%, so it's made about 20% back. But that's the only thing really. There's a tiny bit of Dogecoin here, but it's such a small amount, it's not really that big of a deal. But everything else has been doing well. Ethereum's done fantastically this month. Bitcoin, obviously, ever since the split with Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin, has been doing really, really well as well. And Litecoin is at I think the highest I've ever seen it, which is fantastic, because when I first started mining many years ago, about 5 years ago, it was Litecoin that I first found out about and got kind of interested in GPU mining, and I think it was about $50 back then, and then I saw it go all the way down to sort of $5-6, which was when I exchanged a lot of it for kind of dark coin. But as you can see, there's not a lot really to talk about in my investment portfolio. I haven't invested in anything else this month. I will start investing undoubtedly again in September. I would like Stratis to get back. If it gets back to equilibrium, I may look to sell it or sell a chunk of it and reinvest in a different coin. But that's it for my investment portfolio. So moving over to the mining portfolio now. Now, this has been, a fantastic month really for my mining portfolio. It's not quite as high as this. If I pull up my little text file here where I grabbed the figures earlier, it was 37,000 this morning, so that's slightly more accurate. It's made $1,200 today, which is kind of crazy really, but it's been a really good month for my mining portfolio. Now, in terms of what I've been doing mining wise, I switched from mining Digibyte with my Antminer probably about 10 days, maybe 2 weeks into the month, and I switched back to mining Bitcoin direct on Slushpool. I'll just show you that here. So this is my Slushpool account. What's quite interesting. When I stopped mining Bitcoin directly, probably 2.5 months ago, I was getting a payout. So I had my minimum payout set for 0.01, as you can see here, 0.01 Bitcoins. And I was getting a payout roughly every 2 days. It was almost exactly, sort of after a few weeks, it was almost exactly every 2 days. And now I'm getting a payout probably every 3.5 days. So that's literally purely just due to difficulty within the Bitcoin network. So as the difficulty increases, the amount you get for the same amount of hash rate, which is like just over 8 terahashes here, decreases and decreases. But because the price of Bitcoin has increased so much, it's still really doing quite well. I think I'm probably doing somewhere in the region of $450 a month before electricity costs. And I think my electricity costs for everything, my AMP miner and any GPU mining, the Burstcoin mining machine and all those bits and pieces, is about £100 a month, which is probably around $125 for those of you in the US. But it's been a fantastic month of increases this month. If we just look at these here, which is the least profitable. Here, this is Bitcoin Cash, which is down a chunk. Now, this was free money, basically, because I held some Bitcoin at the beginning of the month. So whatever it does is a bonus, but that's an extra, $500 that's free. But by far the most profitable has been Dash. I mean, it's doubled in price, actually over doubled in price, you can see here, up 118%. Now, I did hold some Dash. I've got 50 Dash, and my Dash has gone basically from $10,000 to $20,000. So that's been a really good month. Ethereum's had a good month as well. I've got just over $11,000 worth of Ethereum now. It's really interesting to see the prices. So Dash and Ethereum are almost kind of fighting it out. They're within $2 of each other at the moment. They're really fighting it out as to which is going to be worth more coin for coin. And Ethereum has been ahead of Dash for the last kind of month or two, and now Dash has really caught up. It's done really well. And also PivX, which is sort of a fork away from Dash without the perceived pre-mine and with some various other bits and pieces. I've only got a small amount of PivX. It's one of the coins that I wish I'd invested a chunk more in back in the day. Always it's easy to look back in hindsight, but that's done fantastically well as well this month. I mean, even today it's up 30%, which is crazy, but that's been doing really well as well. The nice thing about PivX as opposed to Dash is that you can actually stake PivX without having a full masternode. So with Dash you need 1,000 Dash in order to run a masternode, but with PivX you can actually just stake in your wallet. You can run a masternode if you have, I think it's 10,000 PivX, but you can just stake whatever you have. So if you have like 300, 500, 1,000, whatever, you can stake those and you will get some coins back in staking. So that's about it. My Burstcoin has gone up a bit because I'm still mining Burstcoin. My Digibyte's gone up a little bit at the beginning of the month, but I'm not mining that anymore. Apart from that, everything's been pretty static this month. But it's been a fantastic month for crypto in general. I mean, if you look at that trend, that's almost a doubling in value over a month. Now it won't always be like that, obviously, but it's been a really good month. So I hope that's been quite interesting for you. I don't see there's going to be many big changes to my mining setup this month. I think I will leave my Antmine mining Bitcoin directly for the next few weeks. Then I might look to switch to something else. I don't know. We'll see. My Burstcoin mining will carry on as usual. And once I'm back and I've got a little bit more time to play with some of these machines and some of my new hardware, I will get back onto some GPU mining. So I've done some GPU mining videos in the past about NiceHash and things like that, but I will get back to my GPU mining. I'm not doing anything at the moment, basically just because I'm away and I've got no way of sort of rebooting machines or anything like that. So that's my results for this month. I will be putting the final results downstairs, but just a quick recap. My investment portfolio was up £1,000 this month, and my mining, it was up £1,300 from last month, and it's up £1,000 overall. And my mining portfolio, as I've mentioned before, I don't put an acquisition cost. I really should try and work out some kind of electricity cost or hardware cost for some of the original mining stuff, it seems a little bit too complicated to do it. So my portfolio stands at about $37,000, and it's up $16,000 or $16,500 from last month. But I hope that's been quite interesting for you. Fire any questions into the comments below. I apologise in advance if the sound quality of this is not great. As I said, I am away at the moment, and I'm just using my built-in microphone from the laptop. It also takes quite a long time to upload stuff due to my internet connection, so I'm not sure when this will be uploaded, but hopefully it will be useful for you. Anyway, as I said, leave a comment below. If you want to see me cover particular crypto topics, particularly in relation to kind of mining, then post those below, post any kind of questions. And I do apologise if I haven't got back to everybody over the last week and a half. As I said, I've been away, and it's not always easy to kind of come up with all the right answers and do all the analysis and be able to answer your questions thoroughly. So bear with me, and I will try and get back to everybody who's asked me a question as soon as possible. But hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.